Good morning, team. Happy Talon You Tuesday. It is F45 Sunset Strip with Coach Talon.
Coach Emily.
We are bringing you GOAT today. That is a strength workout. It is all body weight today. You can expect 3 pods. Pod number 1 has 6 exercises. Pod number 2 also has 6 exercises. And pod number 3 has 3 exercises. The breakdown for pod 1 is going to be 1 set and 2 laps. The timing for those 2 laps, for lap 1 is going to be 60 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest, and lap number 2 is going to be 30-10. Same thing for pod number 2. Now for pod 3, we're going to be doing 1 set and 4 laps. The first 2 laps are going to be 60 seconds of work with 20 seconds of rest, and the last 2 laps will be 30 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest. I know that's a lot, but we're going to get through it together. Moving right into exercise number 1 of pod 1, we have prisoner squats. Set your feet, sink into your heels, drive your knees out. Keep that chest opened up. Number 2, we have hip thruster marches. We go into the hip bridge, press through the heels, and we drive that knee up, and we alternate each leg. Getting that single leg glute activation and pressing through the heel. Number 3, flip it on over. We have 5 push-ups from the knees or from that high plank position. Lead with the chest. After the 5, right into the T Superman. Okay, get that chest up, get those glutes activated. 5-to-5 ratio. Number 4, we're in that low plank position here, and we're going to do step-ins. Not letting those knees touch the ground, keeping it nice and low, keeping those glutes fired up, and pulling that belly button up. Number 5 here, team, we have the front lunge, back lunge combo. Okay, front lunge, back lunge on the same leg. Then we alternate, switching different to the other leg, sinking into the heel, keeping your spine nice and tall. Number 6, final exercise of the pod, we have the double crunch. Heels to floor, drive the knees up, get the shoulder blades up off the ground, crunching from the top down and the bottom up here. All right, team, moving right along into pod number 2, we have the 4-point hold to a pike push-up. 4-point hold, that's that iso bear crawl position. Then we drive into those heels to that down dog, and then we get that pike push-up, getting that chest right through the arms, or that head right through the arms. Number 8, 2 drop squats. Open up those feet, sink into the heels, and then 1 inchworm. Walk it all the way down, tax the core here. Don't let those hips fall, and fire it up. All right, number 9, we have 10 heel touch crunches. We're bringing it to the ground. Touching those heels, getting those obliques fired up. After the 10, we got 2 jackknives. Lengthen those limbs and take those hands towards those toes. Number 10, we're in the crab position. We have 1 dip, elbows tight to the body, and then alternating knee crunch. 1 dip, knee crunch. Keep those hips high on that crunch, shoulders back. Number 11, we have the iso bear crawl, shoulder taps. Flat like a tabletop, knees just above the ground, knees under the hips, wrists under the shoulders, and tap that opposite shoulder, keeping those hips stable. Number 12, dynamic lateral lunge here, team. We're alternating legs, they sinking into the heel, hips go down and back, shoulders back, and try to keep those feet forward. All right, moving into pod number 3, those final 3 exercises. We got the knee up downs. So we start on the knees in that high knee position. Drive up on into the heel, stay low in that iso squat, up and down. All right, then we have some booty work here, team. We're gonna be doing 1 leg at a time here, starting with a kickback fire hydrant in that quadruped position, getting that glute activation. Second set, you'll switch legs, and then we'll do the same thing for the 3rd and 4th. And last but not least, we have wipers here. We're down on the ground, shoulder blades planted, legs are straight, coming across the body. Getting that core fired up with control. Don't swing those legs. All right, team, those are our 15 exercises for today's GOAT work. Strength day. Let's get ready to get after it.
We start with high knees and butt kicks. Give me 4 high knees, then 4 butt kicks.
Let's get it, team. Nice and tall. Light on those feet. High knees, butt kicks. For 3, 2, 1. Right into hip mobility swings. Swing it around town. Open those hips up. Few each direction. 2, 1. Deep squat with a T-spine rotation. Sink down into those heels, drive those knees out. Rotate that spine, have those eyes track that movement. 3, 2, 1. We got the side to side groin stretch, hands on the floor here. Shifting that body weight into each leg. Feel those groins and hips open up. For 3, 2, 1. We got mountain climbers, 10 of them with 3 push-ups here, team. Hips are low, knees are high. Shoulders stacked over the wrists. Lead with the chest, drop to your knees if you need to. 2, 1. Flipping on over onto our back, we have the dynamic lumbar stretch. Try to keep those shoulder blades planted. Kick that leg across the body. And breathe. 2, 1. Hip thrusters. We'll be seeing these again shortly. Dig into those heels. Kick those hips up. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale up. For 2, 1. Back row. Split leg reach through. Hug those knees to the chest. Stretch those hamstrings as we reach through the body. 2, 1. We're up on our feet, team. We're light on the feet. In, out, in, out, in, out, out, in, 2, 1. All right, team, we're finishing with jump squats. That's it. This is it. We're getting that heart rate elevated a little bit here, team. Get ready for that work. For 3, 2, 1. Hey team, it's go time in 8 seconds. We're starting off with exercise number 1 of pod 1 with those prisoner squats. 60 seconds of work in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 60 seconds. Move at your own pace here. That is a long time to work. Think about that movement pattern of a squat. Sinking into your heels, driving your knees out. Keeping your chest proud here the entire time. I don't want those elbows folding in. Keep them nice and soft by the ears. Exhale up. Make sure you get that glute activation. Squeeze at the top. Grip the ground with your feet. Make sure that core is lit up. Under 30 seconds left. Try to drop those hips down and back, getting those thighs close to parallel to the ground. 15 seconds. Almost there. 10 to go. From here, team, we're going right into the hip thrust marches. In 5, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, down onto our backs. We're gonna get set up for that perfect hip thrust. 15 seconds here. Tuck the hips under. Make sure your heels are right under your knees. We're going in 6 seconds here. Take your time with these long sets. Make sure we're easing through. In 2, 1, we lift, and then drive opposite knee in towards the chest. So as you come up, you're gonna feel whatever leg is still planted is gonna be doing all the work. And then you lower leg and lower hips at the same time, switching over to the other side. Drive through the heel. 38 seconds here. Again, long sets. We don't want to speed through and burn out early on. Nice work, team. 30 seconds halfway through here. Make sure we're breathing. 20 seconds to go. Make sure your belly button's pulled down, we're not arching the low back at the top. 10 seconds. Get a couple more reps here and then we're gonna stay down on our mats. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Minute's a long time here, team. That's why it's called GOAT. Moving, flipping it on over. We got 5 push-ups and 5 T Supermans in 6 seconds. We assume that push-up position in 3, 2, 1. Or we start with the 5 Supermans. Arms directly out by your side like a T. Get your chest up, knees and feet up, glutes turned on. After that 5, right into those push-ups. Shoulders back, lead with the chest. Squeeze your glutes. Then drop chest to floor. Arms out. Exhale. As we go right into that T Superman. Hands in, just under the shoulders. Press those hands down away from the ground, corkscrewing them in. And squeeze that chest at the top here, team. 20 seconds to go. Focus on your breathing patterns. 10. Let's go. 5, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we're gonna stay down here. Take it into your forearm plank. We're gonna do those forearm plank foot walk-ins. So you'll kind of walk it in so your knees are level with your hips and then walk it back out. Here we go. Get ready in 3, 2, and 1. Forearm plank, tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes, pull that belly button up, make sure your core is active. Once you're there, you have that perfect plank. We're gonna walk the knees under the hips and then back out, alternating which knee comes in each time. Breathing through, make sure we're not piking the hips up towards the ceiling. Nice work, team. Talon still has his shoulders stacked right over his elbows to make sure that we're not pushing back into a dolphin position. 25 seconds. As you walk out, make sure that your hips and your low back don't sink down towards the ground. 15. You got this. 10 seconds. Breathe through. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Woo. All right, number 5, we're up on our feet, team. We got that lunge, front lunge, back lunge combo. Start on one leg, front lunge, back lunge, then we switch to the other leg. 7 seconds. Whew. Let's make it happen. In 3, 2, 1, let's work. Back lunge, make sure that weight is shifting into the heel and that your knee is in line with that ankle and hip. Keeping your spine as vertical as possible, pulling your shoulders back. You can have your arms on your side or you can have the opposite arm come forward as the leg. Make sure we're alternating each rep. 30 seconds left. Core's turned on. Controlling that body down towards the ground. And on that knee is nearly touching the floor. Each rep, 10 seconds left. And squeeze. For 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're gonna lay down onto our backs. We have our double crunch. So the goal of this crunch is to feel all the way from the upper abs down to the lower abs contracting. Before you start, make sure your low back is nice and flush with the ground, especially when you drop the heels down. Here we go, in 3, 2, and 1. We exhale, crunch, elbows to knee. Most important thing there is that we're not tugging on the head to come up. Instead, we're using the upper abs and peeling the shoulder blades off. So when we come up, that's not us tugging our heads in, but instead lifting off the ground with the core and the abs doing the work. 35 seconds here as you drop the heels down. Make sure your abs are staying active and the low back doesn't peel up. Inhale as you open and exhale as you close and take the elbows and knees together. 20 seconds, team. We're gonna get ready to bring it back to the top. This time we're only doing 30 seconds of each exercise, 10 seconds. You got this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, back to the top. Final lap here of pod 1. We're cutting that work in half. Same with the rest. It's going to be 30 seconds of work with 10 seconds of rest. So we got those quick transitions between each exercise. In 7 seconds, we're starting with those prisoner squats. Set your feet, hands up by the ears. In 2, 1, let's work. We move at our own pace here as long as our form is not compromised. If you want to turn these into speed squats, by all means, go ahead. As long as they look good and feel right. Hips are down and back. Make sure you're driving those knees out. You're not letting them cave in. 10 seconds to go. Proud chest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Quick transition onto your backs. Hip thrusters. Set your feet up under your knees. We're moving in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and march opposite knee in towards the chest. Drop both at the same time. Lift at the same time. Nice work, team. 20 seconds. Come on. 15 to go. Make sure you're only squeezing that working glute. You'll feel a little bit in the hamstrings, but you should mainly feel it in the glutes. 6 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Flip it on over, team. 5 push-ups, 5T, Superman, Superwoman. We're out here in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Fire up that posterior chain. Arms directly out. Chest up, glutes engaged. And exhale. Plant the hands right outside the shoulders. Drive up for those 5 push-ups. If you fatigue, drop to your knees. If your low back starts to extend, drop to your knees. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, you can stay there. We're going to take it into those low plank step in, step outs. Here we go. 2 and 1. Walk those knees in so they're right under the hips. You don't want to go much further past that. Hold it up nice and strong. Don't lose that perfect plank position with your core activation. 10 seconds to go, team. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Woo. Up on our feet. Front lunge, back lunge combo. In 3, 2, 1. We step forward and back on the same leg. Back to the starting position, switch legs. I want your shins to try to stay vertical, just like your torso. And breathe. Want to really focus on that knee stability here. Keeping it tight, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
And last one before we get our first water break, we're going to lay down onto our backs, double crunch. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Big inhale as you open up. Big exhale as you close the knees and elbows together. You've got this, team. 20 seconds. Let's earn that water break. 15 to go, halfway. For 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful work. Pause the video. 45-second water break.
Keep it up. All right, team. Pod number 2 here. We're going to start things off with that 4-point hold into that like down dog pike push-up. In 6 seconds. Remember, 60 seconds of work. In 3, 2, 1. Let's make it happen. 4-point hold. That's that iso bear crawl. Get about a 1 to 2 count in that position. Shoulders over wrists, knees under hips. And then we go into that down dog, pressing into the heels, getting that hamstring extension, and then pressing that head right through the biceps. 40 seconds to go. Move through this nice and slow and controlled. Exhale as we press up. Really try to dig those heels down into the ground. Hips are high. on that pike push-up. 15 seconds left here, team. Almost there. Let's get a couple more reps. 10 to go. Let that air out for 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we're gonna take it up to standing, bring it to one edge of your mat, coming into our 2 drop squats, 1 inchworm. With those drop squats, make sure you're sinking down and back into the heels when you land. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you want, you can always take the regression here. We're gonna go 1 squat, 2 air squats, all the way to standing. Then walk your hands down to the mat. Keep the nice long hamstrings, backs of the legs. Walk out, hold for a second, and then walk in, straight hamstrings, and straight back, ready for my next squats. Chest is proud. Control your way through the 60 seconds. Let's go.
We got this, team.
Breathe through. We got 12 to go. From here, get ready to lay it back down onto your mat, on your back. Hold that last plank for 3, 2, and 1.
All right, flip it on over. Let's get that core work in a little bit more. 10 heel touch crunches with 2 jackknives. 8 seconds. Plant those feet. We lift those shoulder blades in 3, 2, 1. We're getting that lateral flexion in the trunk here. And breathe. Touching those heels. After that 10, limbs out. Jackknife it up with control. And then back down, plant the heels. And shoulders are up here so we can get the most out of it. Breathe. Put your biceps up by your ears here before we get into that jackknife. Keeping those limbs as straight as possible. We're over halfway. Let's go, team. 20 seconds left. Try to make sure that low back has no extension in it when we're going into that jackknife at the bottom. 8 seconds to go. 3, 2, 1.
All right, take it, just sit it up. We're gonna take our hands right down behind us into that crab position. We're gonna hit 1 dip. Elbows are gonna be facing right behind you for the dip, and then we're gonna go crunch, crunch with the knees, working the core to pull them in. Here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift up, so hips are off the ground. We dip down. You're gonna get a little bit of that extension and flexion through the elbow. And then we go knee, knee in towards the chest, crunch using the core. Breathe through. Again, make sure your elbows are pointing behind you, and also make sure that your shoulders are away from your ears, so we're not shrugging the shoulders up towards the ears. We want to take them down and back. Nice, proud chest, shoulders dropped away from the ears in this position. We want to make sure the triceps are doing the work for that dip. 15 to go. 10 seconds, you're gonna stay on the ground. We're just gonna flip it over instead into our bear crawl position. In 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Yeah, good work, team. Keep it up. We're moving right along. We got the ISO bear crawl. So we're in that static bear crawl position, and we're getting opposite shoulder taps. If you need a regression, tap the opposite knee. In 3, 2, 1. If our hips start to rock a whole lot and we can't seem to stabilize, try to just hold that bear crawl for us. Because we want the flat back, stable hips, not rocking the knees. We want to make sure those shoulders are right over the wrists. If you need an option, open up your feet a little bit wider on that bear crawl. And breathe. Over halfway there. Don't quit on yourself today, team. 20 seconds. Make sure you're pulling that belly button up so we keep that neutral spine. 7 to go. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Woo. All right, bring it to standing. Taking it into our dynamic lateral lunge to clear some space for yourself. When you step out, both toes should be facing forward. Chest is nice and proud. We're moving in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we step out. When you hit the bottom of your lunge, check in with a couple things. Make sure toes are facing forward. The leg you're leaving behind is staying nice and straight. If you have to, you can kind of lift the foot off the ground if you're feeling too much of a stretch in that leg. And then the leg that you're sinking into, you want to really think about sending that hip back and down, like you're sitting down into the glute and the heel of that working leg. Once you do that, we switch over to the other side. Try not to let your shoulders round forward into this working leg. So we want to try to keep the chest proud, the shoulders back the best we can. 13 seconds, and then we're going to take it back to the top for lap 2, the shorter lap, 10 seconds. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Woo. All right, back to the top here, team. 4-point hold with that pike push-up. 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of transition. Let's make it happen. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. 60 seconds on the clock here, team. 4-point hold, that's that bear crawl position. Drive into the heels, kick the hips high, and then pike push up. Keep those hips high. You want to bring the head right between the arms towards the ground, and then press away, and then drop back down. Try to not
2, 1.
Lost my words.
All right, bring it up into our 2 drop squats, 1 inchworm, into, and 1. Let's go. 30 seconds here, so maybe speed this one up a little bit. Still controlling your movement all the way through. Make sure you're standing fully straight before you start to walk out, so we keep those lengthened backs of the legs. 10 seconds. For 4, 3, 2, and 1.
To the ground, on our backs. 10 heel touch crunches, 2 jackknives. 2, 1, less work. Feet stay planted, reach for those heels. After that 10, extend legs and arms up overhead, and then meet in the middle. Back down, 15 seconds left. Really try to focus on keeping your shoulder blades up on those heel crunches. 3, 2, 1.
And stay on the ground, take it into that crab position. Tricep dip with those alternating knee crunches in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Elbows back, triceps doing the work, and then abs helping pull those knees in. Breathing through. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. 15, let's go. Check in with those shoulders, make sure they're not hunching up towards the ears. 10 seconds, then we're gonna flip it over. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Woo. All right, bear crawl, shoulder taps in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open up those feet if you need to. Maintain the stable hips here. They're not moving or rocking whatsoever. Neutral spine with control. 15 seconds left. Try not to hike those knees up too high. Keep them within a few inches off the ground if we can. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
All right, last exercise before we take it into our final water break before pod 3. Dynamic lateral lunges. Getting ready in 3, 2, and 1. Step out. Make sure before you come back up, you really nailed that lunge position. And to stand, you really want to squeeze through the outside of the right or left glute, whatever side you're working on. 13 to go, team. Let's get that water break in 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause your video. 45-second hydration break.
All right, team, pod number 3. There's 3 exercises, 4 laps. We're gonna be starting with the knee up downs in 3, 2, 1. We're in that high kneeling position, and we drive up onto those feet. And we wanna focus on trying to stay low here to really put a lot of the demand on the core and the quads. Come down nice and soft to the ground. We don't wanna bang up our knees. We don't wanna destroy our kneecaps. So control that body, keeping your shoulders pulled back, spine nice and long here. Keep it up, 35 seconds to go. And we breathe. Try to alternate which leg we get up on every rep. 20 to go. Core needs to stay working here. That's it, 12 seconds left. Shift that weight back onto that heel. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, down into our tabletop position. We're gonna start on the right side. So right leg's doing the work, left knee is gonna stay planted. We have fire hydrant, kick back, fire hydrant, kick back. Getting that glute work in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you lift up before the fire hydrant, try not to let your body rotate. You want to just drive the leg up high enough so you feel that outside portion of the glute fire up. And then when you come into the kickback, you're going to feel kind of the top, bigger portion of the glute firing up. Stay on this right side for the entire set, and then the next set we're going to hit the other side. When you kick back, make sure we're not letting that low back sink in towards the ground, getting that arch. Control these movements, build the mind-muscle connection. 20 seconds to go. Breathing through, hold the belly button up. 12. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, wipers team, we're on our back. Final exercise of lap 1 of 4 in 10 seconds. We're gonna straighten those legs and we're gonna take them across the body, keeping those shoulder blades down. In 3, 2, 1. Hands out by our side for support. Control those legs as you lower them towards the ground. And we breathe. Try to maintain both shoulders down into the rubber, the carpet, whatever surface you have here. 35 seconds to go. Keeping those legs as straight as possible. $25 left. Keep it up. Pull that belly button down so we can get the most out of it. 15. That's it, team. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, back to the beginning, to our knee up downs. I have a nice cushion on my mat for my knees, so feel free to grab a towel or something, helps protect them. All right, we're moving in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you come up, make sure we're not rounding forward and letting the shoulders fall forward and the hips tuck under. Untuck the hips, pull the shoulders back. Like Talon said, make sure we're landing nice and easy. You'll notice neither of us are speeding through these. We're controlling it all the way through, switching which leg we're getting up on each rep. Whatever leg you use to get up should be the one you use to get back down. Halfway. Quads are probably going to be on fire by this point. Nice work, team. You got this. 15. Let's go. For 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Whew. All right, to the ground. We have the fire hydrant kickbacks. We're gonna all be on the left leg here, left side. 7 seconds, quadruped position. Set yourself up for success in 2, 1. Kick back, full extension in that working leg to get that glute activation. We're not kicking the leg up high to the sky to the point where we extend our low back. I want you to shoot it straight back, squeeze the glute, back to the starting position, and then we abduct it into that fire hydrant. When we abduct, don't open up the hips or shift the weight. Maintain that strong tabletop position, keeping those non-working limbs nice and stable. 25 seconds to go. Core's working here. Only abduct that leg as high as you can get it. Don't force it too high if you don't have the mobility. 10. 5 seconds. 2, 1.
Woo. Okay, onto our backs, back to the windshield wipers. This is your last 60-second set. Last 2 laps, we're gonna go back down to that 30 seconds for our last and final sets. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop nice and slow. You don't want to speed through these. If we speed through them, what happens is we completely lose the core activation and our feet are just gonna plop down onto the ground. We want to control it. Make sure your feet and your shins are just hovering above the ground on each side. And then you use the core, mainly the opposite side of your abs, to pull the legs back over. We have our arms fully extended out to the sides, pressing the palms into the ground to help control our bodies, not let the legs fall to the ground. Breathe through 25 seconds here. We just have 2 final laps ahead of us here. They're gonna fly by. Only 30 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest. 15 seconds. Breathe through for 10. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, we're in those 30-second work periods, 10-second transitions, 2 laps to go. Knee up downs. All right, tall kneeling position, 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Stand up, but stay low. I don't want you guys up high. We want to keep as much tension on those legs as possible. Keeping that nice long spine here. Shoulders are pulled back the entire time. 6 seconds left. 3, 2, 1.
All right, back to our hands and knees. Back to the right side kickback. fire hydrant. We're moving in 3, 2, and 1. Exhale back, and then inhale as you pull the leg or knee back in towards the center of the body. Again, this one's super important on taking it slow, focusing on the squeeze and building the mind-muscle connection with the muscles that should be working, again, for the fire hydrant side of the glute. Kick back top of the glute for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, team wipers, 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Keep those legs straight, bring them across the body. Hands all the way out by your side. Shoulder blades down. And breathe, 15 to go. 8, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Woo, all right, final lap. Take it to your knees. It's flying by. Just these last 3 exercises. We're going in 3, 2, and 1. Let's get to work. Control it all the way through. Even as we're starting to get tired, the legs are starting to fatigue, glutes and quads are burning. Halfway. Nice work, team. Less than 10 here. Get ready to drop it down to your knees in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
All right, left side, team. Final minute of work. Let's make it happen. 3, 2, 1. Kick back, hydrant. Kick back, hydrant, keeping the opposite non-working limbs stable. Maintaining that tabletop position with that neutral spine. Keep it up. 6 seconds. 3, 2, 1.
And it is your final set. Windshield wipers. Control it all the way to the end here. 30 seconds. And then we're done in 3, 2, and 1. Let's get it. At no point should you be holding your breath. Windshield wipers are one of those exercises that it's really easy to just hold your breath. We're not going to. 15 seconds, team. Halfway through this final set. You got this. For 10. Good. Almost there. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Tuesday strength workout. Nice work, team. Again, you got Coach Emily, Coach Talon with you.
Talon.
We will see you tomorrow.
Peace out.